In 2015, I was with KPMG in Amsterdam working on a project. And my brother, who's a millennial, 21-year-old, fresh out of university, came to London for his first job, and like most grads, didn't have enough money. So I paid his 6 weeks cash deposit, 4 weeks advance rent, and about £700 in various fees. I got thinking, how is it possible that in the 21st century, I could book a property with Airbnb in 191 countries without putting a deposit down? Yet for renters, it is such a painful, expensive process. Canopy is trying to change that.
Canopy is trying to build a rental marketplace aimed at democratising essentially the rental market for both renters and agents or landlords. So it uses innovative technologies such as open banking as well as strategic partners with Experian to be able to offer valuable service to both sides of the marketplace, which typically doesn't really happen.
So our core proposition is what we call Canopy's Rent Passport, which in simple terms is like LinkedIn profile for a renter.
It's what a tenant fills in, and it is their portable digital financial and renting profile and history.
It gives renters instant access to their credit profile through our partnership with Experian, whilst also giving them access to a range of financial wellness products like deposit-free renting.
Instead of having to pay 5 weeks of cash upfront for your deposit for your rental, a tenant can apply for a deposit-free policy, which is a small fraction of the rent that they pay as a policy. They're covered for life-changing events for paying their rent, such as losing their job or becoming ill. And it also gives the landlord additional cover versus a 5-week policy. So it benefits both sides of the equation.
Get Living provides premium quality homes for residents in big city neighbourhoods across the United Kingdom. We've been working with Canopy now for a number of years, and we always intended our relationship with Canopy was to look at actually again how do we build that relationship to be more two-way. And the old world of referencing, the letting agent, the property manager would send away for the reference, the applicant would wait for days, weeks sometimes, and often get pretty patchy feedback, and actually we working with Canopy and the team, we were able to put in place a product which would put that information, that control back in the hands of the customer, the consumer.
So there are 15 million renters in the UK market who move on average about every 12 to 15 months, and every time they move they have to go through a screening process, and the way screening has worked historically in the UK market is very much of a discovery phase. I don't trust you.
2.5 years ago we realised that residents, customers are looking after their homes really well, and there's a trust in that relationship. So we were able to say, look, it's a two-way trusted relationship, so that was important to putting that trust and that communication in, and also that we have a level of quality of output and data and understanding about that inquiry and that prospect, which helps us far better view both obviously the risk from a business perspective, but obviously to get to know the customer and get to know the renter, and hopefully over time, as both Canopy and Get Living want to achieve in partnership, build a long-term relationship with that resident.
Rental inclusion means using rich data sources such as open banking to prove rental and affordability, to prove to a prospective landlord or estate agent that the renter is able to afford the property they're about to rent.
Partnering with Canopy allowed us to introduce rent tracking, when actually now our residents can build a credit history.
If you're paying a mortgage, it's pretty much the biggest payment you typically pay out of your bank account. It goes towards your credit score. So why shouldn't that be the same for rentals? So that's what we're doing with the partnership with Experian, which I don't think you can do in any other credit agency within the UK currently. And then off the back of that, we'll be looking to launch other products or services and also educate people on what they can do to improve their credit score, to access better financial products which enable them to perhaps either rent a better property or save enough money to then buy a house themselves perhaps later down the line.
Essentially, as more and more global mobility is happening, being able to go in a very easy manner, the Rent Passport obviously is an enabler of that, and that is a great thing for everybody that wants to go and live abroad.
It means opening doors for renters who might be previously locked out of being able to rent a property, The examples are contractors, self-employed, international renters who come to the UK market for 2 years with no credit footprint.
We've recently just closed 4 million of capital investment led by West Hill Capital and significantly supported by both Experian and Pollen Street Capital. That enables us to help to start solving some of the core issues of the housing crisis, which is effectively affordability. So one of our pledges is to eradicate rental deposits by 2025. That effectively will put £1,000 back into every renter's pocket. To do that, we're going to need to invest in data and in new data technology. So that will involve machine learning and it will also involve open banking. With those two things, we can more appropriately and better tailor our solution and financial products to the renter, therefore giving them a better and happier experience.
Our mission with Canopy is to eliminate £4.5 billion of deposits by 2025. And our hope is estate agents, landlords and renters will join us on our mission.